Wow, I can't believe I've been in Toastmasters for 16 years. I joined in May of 2010 when I was running for office for the first time. And I had a friend, longtime friend, who'd been very affable, but also dragging me, you gotta join Toastmasters. And I thought, okay, if you're gonna run for office, you should be a Toastmaster. So imagine how intimidating that is to your opponents when they have to debate you. I said, okay. So as she personally asked me to join, she also became my mentor. Now, some think that a mentor and a coach are one and the same, all the same. But actually, they are not. And I learned that through this process, that a coach is designed for a short period of time to meet a certain goal. And once that's done, they're out of there. Where a mentor works with the person, they get to know them, they understand them, they help them along, they help them go towards achieving the goal that they want. It's more of a longer term relationship. And they also provide advice and suggestions to help the person along. In order to be a good protege, some people say mentee, but it's actually protege. To be a good protege, you need to have great listening skills and be able to accept feedback and willing to make a change where you need to. And in Toastmasters, it's about speaking and how you present yourself. So my first mentor in Toastmasters, her name is DC. And she is, like I said, very affable, very fun, sometimes inappropriate, but I love her all the same. She did not let me have any rest. As soon as I joined, my first role was timer. And she threw some cards at me and stopwatch back then and said, go ahead and time these speeches. And here's the cheat sheet of how many minutes everybody gets. So I said, okay, hit the ground running. Then the second thing that she helped me with is club leadership. She talked me into taking on the vice president of public relations for the club. And I thought, wow, I'm only here a month and I'm going to be an officer. But that was her coaching, coaxing, mentoring me to do that. So I thought, okay, I'll do that. So I was the vice president of public relations for my first club for about 2 years. And just when I started to feel comfortable, then she said, oh no, now you have to get into district leadership. I said, what's that? And she said, there's a position called area director. And I said, okay, what does that person do? And she said, that person has 4 to 6 clubs, and they visit those clubs at least twice a year, and they fill out a report on how the clubs are doing, what they could do to improve, and the things that they're doing really well. They get noted for that. And she said it's a great way to see other clubs, see the personalities in the other clubs, get to meet a lot more people. So I thought, okay, I will do that. So I said yes. Well, the next thing I know, this was when we were in District 33, which included California, which those of you who have only been in District 115, guess what? July 1st, we're including California again. So I go to this meeting in California, and it's for all of the area directors. So we're all sitting there, all excited. And then they tell us, oh, and you have to start thinking about planning for your speech contests. And I thought, speech contest? Nobody told me I had to do that. And back then, it wasn't one contest, it was 2. We had one in the spring and one in the fall. And to run a speech contest, you need lots of volunteers. You need to figure out how much money to charge to pay for your trophies and the food, because you have to pay for all of that. With my mentor, it was no problem. She and her husband, was also a Toastmaster, they were both distinguished Toastmasters, they offered to help me with my first contest. And they played roles in the contest, which gave me a lot more confidence. In Toastmasters, they really emphasize mentoring because that's what works. That's how we learn, that's how we get better. And it also makes it more fun. And I believe whomever personally invites someone to join should automatically be their mentor. Mm-hmm. And they should talk to that new person about being their mentor, helping them with getting established on pathways, helping them do their icebreaker, helping them move forward on their path, helping them into a club officer position when that's appropriate, and also considering district leadership. Because if you want to achieve distinguished Toastmaster status, you have to do a whole bunch of speeches and serve as a district leader. So you need to do an area director at least. So those of you who want to have the DTM after your name on a badge, that's what's required, and a good mentor can help you do that, as mine did for me. Madam Toastmaster.